Hello, this is Rakesh Rao from Design Sense Software Technologies. In this GeoTools video, I am going to show you two topology tools that will help you immensely in your data cleanup and processing. So we are going to talk about this command called gt_cc poly in the build menu and gt_boundary also in the build menu. First, let me tell you that GeoTools is available in 6 languages on 5 different CAD platforms, and you can access this command in English, German, Spanish, Portuguese, French, or Italian from the same one software download that you get. It is available here in the Change Operating Language option under More Options. So today we're going to learn about gt_cc poly, which is in the build menu, and it is create closed polylines from a mass of network polylines. And we are also going to learn about the boundary command, which is an enhanced version of the native boundary command, and it's available in the build menu as well. So this is my sample data, which is a series of disparate disconnected lines. So topology has not been built. The polygons don't exist. They are only edges of several polygons, which probably represent a road network with layouts and subdivisions. So we go here to GeoTools, and in the build menu you have the command here which is called create closed polylines from a mass of network polylines. So if you start this command, you can see that there is a performance tip advisory which warns you of a potential large scale processing overhead that may happen, and it recommends you to disable the undo and autosave features. Now this can be done automatically by the program. You just have to click on yes disable to enforce this, and once that is done you will get a confirmation message which says that both undo and autosave have been disabled for performance improvement. Now this is required because if your data set is large, then this can be a very time consuming and disk intensive activity. So disabling undo really helps. So we click OK and you reach the main menu of this tool where there are a number of items that you need to carefully set. The first is, what do you want to place at the boundary centroid? Do you want to place points or do you want to place blocks? Normally we place points, but if you place blocks, you need to have a block and you can place them as well. So we choose points here, and then there is a scan method which is automatic or at selected points. Now automatic means you specify a scanning window, and as per the scanning window, the system will automatically search the entire area of interest and will place a point and attempt to detect the surrounding boundary so that your polygon topology can be built. But you must remember that choosing the automatic option can be time consuming because the system doesn't know exactly where to place the points, and it is placed on a fixed interval basis, and this can take time because it has to then also scan and remove the duplicate points. So in this case I'm going to choose automatic first, and I'm going to set the scan window. Now if I don't know the scan window, I can say show size, and I can just observe my data, and the smallest segment that I see here is probably a good value that I can set for my scan window. So I'm going to set a scan window which is probably this big. So I'm going to show a position something like this. So that was 8 meters. So let's round it off to 10 meters. So that is my scan window. Now this is a trial and error procedure because you need to see the results, and then if they are not as per your liking, you can always change the values. So once you have set the scan method, the next item is to select the closed boundary layers. So we go to select layer to place closed boundaries. Now this is my layer where I need to place my closed boundaries, polygon boundary. So I'm going to select that, and here you have to specify where are the layers where I need to get my edges to create the topology. So I'm going to click this and select this layer polygon edges. Now you can filter manual selection by specified layer, or if you uncheck this, all the objects from the layer polygon edges will be selected for processing. So this again is an option by which you can specify only small parts of your larger data. So this is a small data, so I have no problems, but imagine if you're processing megabytes of data, then you may want to do it in bits and pieces using the filter method. Once this is done, all you need to do is click OK, and it's going to ask you pick first corner. So I'm going to zoom out and pick my first corner in such a way that it encloses my entire area, so something like this. Now it's building the topology. You can see already the polygons being formed and the points have been created. So if you go closer, you can see that this is the polygon, which is the closed polyline, and this is the point. So this is how the topology is built, or the closed polygons can be easily created. Let's try and move this to the side. So if you come here, you can see that this is the polygon and this is the point. This is the polygon, this is the point. This is the polygon, this is the point. So the topology has been built neatly in this case because I have chosen the values accurately. Now in your case, you may need to do a couple of trials before you get the right set of parameters to enter here, because it's very important to set your scan window size properly. It's also important that you set your layers correctly so that the data can be processed. There are a couple of other options which you may want to know, like create a crash analysis debug log of entities as they are processed. This is useful if you are processing extremely large data sets, like I said, running into megabytes and megabytes of data. But otherwise, you don't normally need to touch these options. In some cases, you may have the polygon edges which are not topology ready, but you may have already the centroidal points created earlier, in which case you can use this option called at selected points. So when you choose this option, you will be asked to select points, blocks or text around which a closed polygon will be created. So these are two different ways in which the program can operate. Now that was the gt_cc poly command, which as you can see is available here in the build menu. Create closed polylines from a mass of network polylines. It's also available in the ribbon. If you come here to build, and under this you can see create closed polylines from a mass of network polylines. Now in the same video, I am also going to show you a related command, which is our boundary command, which is an enhanced version of the boundary command which is already available in your BricsCAD, AutoCAD or other DWG platforms. So if you look under the build menu here, create a boundary or closed polygon around a point. You can get that from the ribbon as well. We come here and create a boundary or closed polygon around a point. First, you need to specify the boundary type. By default, it's a polyline, but you can also create region entities. And what do you want to place at the boundary? You can place a point or you can place a block once again. So if you choose block, you'll have to select the block name. So in this case, let us do with block now for a change. So I'm choosing gt_centroid as a block, which is what I've created with a couple of attributes. The advantage of using a block for your centroid object is that you can populate their attributes with certain values. For example, I'm going to choose area as the area attribute because I've created this block with an area as an attribute. And I also have length, which I'm going to choose here, which is the length and perimeter attribute. It also supports the object data tables from CAD Power, but right now I'm not going to get into that. So let us do it just with a block. So we say OK. It's asking for the boundary point. So now this is a manual method while the previous one was automatic. So I can just select the polygons and you can see that it's automatically creating not only the boundary but it's also creating the centroidal point. And you can see I just need to pick anywhere in the polygon and it just creates the surrounding boundary and the centroidal point. Now let's go out here, and so to make it easier, I'm just going to move it to the side. So this is my closed polygon, and this is my block. So if I double click on the block, you can see that the area information has been returned to the area attribute. So this is how the tool will help you to not only create a boundary but also create centroidal marks and also select its area or length attribute and populate it into the attribute. So I hope you found these two commands useful: gt_cc poly for building topology automatically, and gt_boundary for creating boundary points in a more automated, useful and user-friendly manner. Both these tools are available in GeoTools, and GeoTools itself is available in 5 different CAD platforms, starting from AutoCAD, BricsCAD, ZWCAD, Ares Commander and GStarCAD. So do give it a try and let me know if you have some questions. Thank you.